In a video released by the Teamsters Organizing Committee, Rich Petrosky, a Teamsters appointed business agent and UAL mechanic, talks about the improvements at United in our contract and with the Teamsters during the last 4 years. He is an appointed and paid Teamsters representative, so I think you need to keep that in mind. He gives vague and empty rhetoric about the changes at United and improvements at United under the Teamsters representation. What improvements is he really talking about? Let's take a real look at what's transpired under his appointed leadership with the Teamsters. A new contract that's based on the Continental Non-Union Mechanics Employment Policy, a contract that took him 4 years to negotiate with no retro pay. No retirement increase after 5 years, so our senior mechanics who were promised double vesting benefits by the Teamsters organizers get nothing but shown the door after 5 years with the Teamsters. The loss of nearly 1,000 United mechanics. United mechanic headcount has dropped from 5,600 to 4,700 under Teamsters representation. What improvements is he really talking about? The loss of $1.36 in mechanic skill pay? The lead ratio eliminated? A&P license pay per ticket that is less than what we negotiated over 10 years ago with the IAM. The new 7-year pay progression for mechanics at United Airlines? The IBT letter of agreement that reduced and changed our medical benefits. Sick pay remaining at 75%. All outsourcing and protective language eliminated, annual audit of outsourcing eliminated, and lifetime furlough protection for mechanics with greater than 89 seniority eliminated. Seniority pay progression on furlough eliminated. Rich, name just one benefit we received from the Teamsters that was worth giving up our 50-year contract that my father and many other UAL mechanics fought and struck for in the past. A 2-year contract with a 15% raise after 10 years of concessions? We barely make more than we did over 11 years ago in 2002 prior to bankruptcy, and we have no pension, like we did back in 2002. We surrendered 90% of our contract language and only received a 15% raise. The pilots, on the other hand, maybe 5% of their language they gave back, and they received an average of 43% in increases in wages and full retro. Results nothing short of a miracle? I don't think so. We lost our locals and our ability to elect officers, representatives, and negotiators. We lost a union that was democratically controlled by the membership. United Mechanics have always had locals and elected our own local and district leaders. With the Teamsters, we lost all of that. We received dues increase of $50 a month to $78 a month with Teamsters representation. I now belong to a union that represents 14,000 members of LAX 986 warehouse drivers and helpers, 400 miles away. I, along with 1,200 other UAL SFO mechanics, were placed in this warehouseman's local in LAX for better representation. Less representation, less democracy, and higher dues. Thanks for nothing. Dan Johnson, a former IBT grievance chairman, gives no specifics either, just empty rhetoric. We didn't receive a pension like he promised. We didn't receive full sick pay. And we lost all the back shop work protections that would keep work at United Airlines. What we received was a contract that was the Continental Mechanics Non-Union Handbook. Joel Foley, a Chicago line mechanic, states that Teamsters forced the company to bring work back, but he fails to give one example of work returned to United Mechanics, while vendors working on the property have increased, and we've lost nearly 1,000 mechanics system-wide. Give the American Airlines mechanics the real facts, Joel. You didn't vote for the Teamsters in 2008, and if you look into their corrupt history, you would know not to push this union onto any other airline mechanics group. You may like a 7-year pay progression, vendors working on the property, and unlimited farm out of our work, but most mechanics at United don't. If the Teamsters are so powerful, then why did they give in to so many concessions in our contract?